This was a very fast month, folks. Do you know today is already the 26th? We are only 5 days away from closing the month, and I'm going to talk about that at the end of the call. April has a training for you, but I want you to write this down. Okay, let me just pull up a slide. Okay, this is very important for next Sunday. Okay, for next Sunday, okay, we and April and I have been talking about this for a while. Um, the group is in desperate need of a product training, okay, where all the products are talked about, not just GLP-1, not just Nerf 2, not just collagen. Okay, and it's going to take a solid 45 minutes. And again, there's not going to be a whole lot of stuff in depth, but this is the call that you need to make sure that your whole team is on. And if you have customers that are considering upgrading, or you have a consultant that's looking at adding more products, or you have, and my thoughts are, if you have anybody new that enrolled in the business this in the past 12 months, they need to be on this product training because they probably don't know anything about AMPM. They probably don't know anything about the hair care. They probably don't know anything about the skin care. They probably don't know anything about, most of the products other than the big three. Okay. And so that'll be next Sunday night. That make sure you load that up. This is, well, of course we'll record it, but you know the deal with recording it. It's always better to have been on it live and hear it live. But that's part of the reason we're doing it is so that we will have it available for a recording. And each of us, when we bring in a new consultant, can send them that. And at least they have an idea of the extensiveness, the size, and the diversity of what we have as far as a product line goes, and not just GLP-1 or collagen or Nerf 2. So April will be doing that next week. And with that, I'm going to stop this. And April, it's all yours.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I hope you had a good weekend. It's supposed to warm up here more in Florida, so we're excited about that. I hope it's going to warm up elsewhere around the country. We just got back from Salt Lake and spent a lot of time at the Denver airport
Yeah,
because of
it was
snow.
looking bad at Denver, man. That was
Yeah,
those snowflakes were the size of eggs.
yeah.
It was,
So we were happy to get home. But anyway, so traveling is always fun, and we're looking forward to South Africa in a couple weeks. So that'll be a long trip as well. But there are some things that are going on more recently. Last week, like less than a week ago, our company, and that's what's kind of prompting us to talk a little bit more about all of the products. Our company won an award for our skincare line. And I mean, it's anyone that uses it knows it's a phenomenal skincare line. I absolutely love it. But sometimes with so many great products, between the collagen, between the mind body, and between Protandem, a lot of our other products get lost. So I think one of the things that we can do is make sure that we when we talk to people, talk about all the products. And I know that gets expensive, but I have to tell you, Bobby and I had two of our customers upgrade this past week because their desire was to use more of the product. And they were like, this is getting really tough. So when I showed them how they can actually get product for free, how to earn money, maybe get half of it cut off, or one product for free or something. I have to tell you, the one right away had a new customer, and the one even just this morning as we were going to church already sent out two links for people. So, I just think that's a great way for us to be able to add. Ultimately, it's not really about how many customers you have, if you get the diamond bonus or whatever, it's overall volume that you get paid on. And so always better to have somebody else out there sifting and looking for more people. And if we continue to add in more products, because, maybe they're using, and I want to talk a little bit about the mind body. I hope you're doing really good follow up with that. I find more than any product we've had to date, the follow-up has got to be consistent, and more so, there's so many great benefits that people are getting from the mind body, but I also have people at the same time doing it all wrong. It's just, I just talked to a lady before, and I know I have been really, really clear with take the 2 pills first thing in the morning. Don't eat for 30 minutes. And I don't know how to say it any clearer, but I find out she's taken the product with her smoothie, the 2 pills with her smoothie in the morning, And then I've got another one that, I was just texting with her and she's like, well, I keep forgetting to do the drink later in the day, and so, I just want to go through more of the benefits and let people realize that, just because they're not seeing, and then we had another doctor. This is what leaded this to me.
What
The
about
woman
the
has
one
not
that wasn't
really,
April? What about the one that just wasn't taking the 2 pills in the morning?
yeah, that too. Yeah. So it's, because the instructions, if you see on the Mind Body, it actually says 30 minutes before your meal. Well, most people get up and have coffee or something in the morning, and they probably don't consider that a meal. So I think we have to be super clear on the fact that, it's got to be first thing in the morning. You want to get it in that lower gut so that they can get the results. And then the powder, it's not just fiber. There are properties in that fiber that are actually enhancing so that those 2 pills can grow in your lower stomach and get better results. It's not just because they want to try to fill you up and give you a fiber drink. That was not the thought at all. But the properties in there will just really enhance, per the name of the product, will enhance better the results that they're getting. So watch the inches. And what I started to say was this doctor had said that, the woman's like, haven't really lost any weight, but I've lost inches. And the doctor came back and said, that is inflammation and probably some water, loss, they were retaining water and stuff. So it is a healthy thing. When you think about, the study, and this took me a little while, I didn't quite get this right away. 8 weeks is 9 pounds. And we all know that. And 9 pounds in 8 weeks is great. Anybody would love that, and yet we're seeing people that aren't really losing that many pounds, but they're losing a lot of inches. But what was interesting? And this is where the follow-up will come into play. 12 weeks is 25 pounds. So you see how the longer you're on it, the better the results that you're getting, being consistent, staying on it and stuff. And now we're starting to see things where people are sleeping better. Their blood sugar levels are down, anxiety, they feel calmer. There's so many other benefits that are going on that we need to make people aware of those. So when you're doing your follow-up, ask them how they're feeling, and some of this you need to kind of put in their mind, if they're a person that has a lot of anxiety, well, how are your anxiety levels? And they'll probably say, oh yeah, those are better, because people are so focused on the scale, where they're getting on the scale like every day, and they're trying to measure themselves. And, that's where all that focus is coming from. But, there was a study, and that's what I started with, the weight loss study that came out on the 13th, showed, enhanced antioxidants defense, amplified fat metabolism, and it's fighting the aging of our organs. Those two, the right people, can be super, super exciting benefits as well. And it's so exciting when you have these studies that are coming out again and again, and you can make reference to those things, just like this skincare award that came out, for being, I forget what the name of it was, what was the name of it? I forget what it was. Best in Biz was an innovative product. But again, these are studies that we're all not necessarily aware of. But if you're following, what LifeVantage is doing at hub.lifevantage.com, if you're on any of their Facebook pages, you're going to find this stuff out. Yahoo Finance, we have so many things going on. I didn't know Steve Fife was here in Orlando like a week ago, again, speaking at a big conference on behalf of LifeVantage. So LifeVantage has a lot of stuff going on. all of this stuff allows you to go back to the same person and continue to drip on them and just say, because when you think about somebody that's looking at an opportunity, we're getting awards for our weight loss. We're getting awards for our collagen. We're getting awards for just being in business. If you look at, Biz for Home is another place you can go to and see that, we're in the very top as far as opportunities to look at places that you want to be in, as far as growth over the last quarter and stuff. We have all that going on. And a lot of times, the ladies, we want to start with product. We want to know that we have a good product. We're not going to use anything, or more importantly, we're not going to recommend anything that's not a really good product. But, a lot of times the guys are money. They want to see that money right away. They want to know that, we're a company that is the stock is up, tripled over the last month or whatever. They want to see the money side of it. But you've got to know all these different things that are going on so that you can feel really good. And that's why the product training will be important. I want you to be able to share benefits on all the products, and more importantly, feel good about all the products, not just focused. Sometimes my fear is we're going to become a weight loss company. And what if the person, and I have to tell you, there's been a few guys more recently I spoke to, they're not into weight loss. They don't need to lose any weight. They're already very thin. And so, if I go at them as a weight loss company, as some of you on here too are very thin, if I go at you with a weight loss company only, you're not interested. And therefore, you've just missed a great opportunity. So we really need to be fluid on all of the products. So when we do hear, and this is all I do, I can't even say that. Anyway, there were people that we met over the weekend that, we could talk about anything, able to get phone numbers and stuff. We were at a bonfire last night, and, I was able to get phone numbers. The two people looked very, very healthy, but they were interested in alternative income. If I didn't listen and wasn't well versed on my numbers to show people right away how, they can make, a couple thousand a month, or, 250,000 a year. If I can't spit out numbers quickly, I don't get people's interest. So, these are the things that we need to, but, it's real exciting knowing that we got awards for our skincare. I was blown away by that. We have that eye firming 15 minutes and you see difference, 15 minutes. And I have all those pictures. I know Jackie was on here. We did some pictures at some parties at her house, and it's like, wow, that's fast. But such an amazing product like that, a company, and I know other companies out there. There are companies that are NAD. They're trying to sell, they're trying to sell NAD as their main product. We have it in our market. They're trying to sell nootropics as their main product. We have the best nootropic out there. We have so many different things, but I'm afraid we're getting pigeonholed and just talking just weight loss. And I know a lot of times the Protandim scared us because not everybody could appreciate oxidative stress. But I tell you, the more that you read more recently, and I think even the medical, will back us up on this, people are talking about oxidative stress so much more than just 2 years ago. There's so many books out there that everything keeps popping up, oxidative stress. So I always ask people, do you know what oxidative stress is? Well, today, more than ever, people are like, oh yeah. So, my first questions a lot of times are, do you use any supplements? I want to know what they're using. If they're not using any supplements at all, I know I got to switch to money really fast, because if they're not using supplements, they're really not interested in their health. And they may not even be somebody that I want to work with. But I better switch to finances right away. If they're using supplements, I can find out what they're using. They may be taking a lot of stuff, and just say, hey, so much easier. We've got one pill that can do all of that. So that's, why I just want to be able to go over more of that. But, Biz for Home had us rated as the 7th company as far as momentum. There's 1,500 companies here in the US alone at any time. So we've got just so much exciting stuff going on, but we just need to be around it. So I know the company is throwing a lot of things out there. We've got Thursday, and we've got Tuesday, we've got Thursday, and Wednesday nights every other week. They're doing opportunity meetings. There's a lot of stuff going on. But if you've got people you need to plug in or something, just ask Bobby and I if you don't know where to plug them in, because there's a lot of stuff going on that you can have events all the time, helping people, just either showing them a study or getting them on a Zoom or whatever. But things are super, super exciting. And I just hope you all understand what a big, big opportunity we have right now. We are so excited with what's going on. And I don't know, you want to add any more to that, Bobby, or?
No, I got a couple things I'm going to say, and then I
Okay.
want to open it up. So, are you done?
Yeah, yeah, if you
Yeah.
want me to. Yeah.
Anyone have any questions on what April was just talking about?
Any testimonies you guys are getting with Mind Body, I mean, put them in Lifespan, share them. I know now blood sugar levels, we're getting reports back on that, also on sleep, inches that people are losing. So it's pretty exciting what's going on with all the different testimonies that are coming in.
You know, it's you've heard me say this before, but I just want you to know that it's happening, and it's happening quite often. Um, I just saw somebody on the LifeVantage US consultant site that hit executive in her first 90
Mm.
days. 90 days and hit executive. Um, she on almost all on social media, and what you have to understand is what we have all done is created a freight train that is really building up speed, and the people that have skills out there, that have influence out there, that have the ability, that have credibility, that know people, that could pull people from other companies, that the people that you and I all pray to God for, that we get them in our organization, okay? They're always looking, okay? And we knew a lot of them over our 32 years, okay? They're always looking for the next freight train that is already moving. They don't want to make it move. They don't want to do the work to get it moving. They just want to hop on and ride it once it is moving. Okay. And that's where we are with LifeVantage. Okay. And this is why you can't afford to discount anybody, especially the ones that you are or have been hesitant to reach out to. The successful ones, the ones that are doing better than you in life, the ones that know more people than you, the ones that you think have more credibility than you, that you just can't afford to sit it out. Okay. And there's nothing worse. And we've seen this happen. You're around the industry full time for 32 years. You see a lot of stuff. The last thing you want to do is find out that someone that you know, someone that you've thought about, someone that you've actually considered calling or texting and didn't, that they're in LifeVantage, but they're under somebody else. I mean, it would be bad enough if you found out that they joined another network marketing company. But could you imagine finding out they're in LifeVantage and you thought about talking to them a year or two ago before they joined? You'd be really miserable, okay, if that happened. So don't let it happen. Reach out and let people know the freight train has left the station, okay, and it is moving, and all they got to do is hop on. They don't need to get, the old picture, we've all seen it, the amount of work it takes to get that little snowball to become a boulder, and you're pushing it up the top of the mountain, and then you get to the top of the mountain. What happens when when it sees the other side of the mountain? It's a runaway train. It's a runaway. And that's what is about to happen with LifeVantage. And we're already seeing it executive in 90 days. I mean, think about that. Think about how long all of us have been in the business, and the person joined and is an executive going to South Africa and Alaska and is an executive in 90 days. Okay, so it's and from what I hear, a very personable person, okay, but not somebody that's just like some superstar in medicine, or some superstar actor or actress or athlete or gold medal winner or anything like that. just someone that's got some influence and isn't afraid to go out and reach out to people they've never talked to before, or let the people they know that follows them, you got something that they would love. Okay, that's all it takes. So, please do not hesitate. If a person popped into your head, that is the only thing you need to know is you need to reach out to them. That's it. If their name and face is in your head, call them. Okay, and tell them what you're excited about. The one thing that's really cool about successful people, they will never, ever, ever speak demeaningly to you or try and demoralize you. They may not be ready to accept or take on another opportunity, but they'll do anything they can to give you advice and help you. Okay. And they still would probably end up being a customer anyway. Okay. Even if they didn't do the business in the meantime. So that's why you just can't afford, to think about somebody and not reach out to them. Okay. I don't care if it's the most successful doctor on the planet. Okay. I don't care if it's the most successful athlete on the planet, or if it's a person, if it's Joe Rogan with 100 million followers, on his podcast. I don't care who it is. If you know them, if you have their phone number, reach out. Okay. Because if you don't, someone else is going to do it. And you're going to that could be the straw that breaks the camel's back and makes somebody quit. Is that you had the winning ticket, you won the lottery, you had the winning ticket, you just didn't cash it. That's what it is. When you think of somebody that, like, wow, that person would be freaking incredible, I wish I could get him, and you don't reach out, you have the winning lottery ticket and you refuse to cash it. It's the same thing. So please reach out. Now, believe it or not, I don't know where this month went. And on top of the cold weather and the rain and going out to Utah for a few days unexpectedly, and everything going on, I'm looking, it's the 26th. I'm like, the pay period's over on Friday. It's over at midnight on Friday. Okay, so just a few reminders. We got 3 months left for the Alaska trip. By the way, every single month, somebody is making the Alaska trip on 1 month. It is happening. It is at least one person in the company every month that is making that trip on 1 month's worth of work. Okay. So it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over. The saying, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. It's not over until it's over. And a couple things to keep in mind. Make sure you're qualified to get paid. Make sure you got your 300 points. Make sure at least 150 of them are customer points. These are things and a lot of you, that's automatic because you got more than 300 in customers. You do understand we do not have a personal purchase requirement, anymore. But if we have 150 point order, we do get a free coupon, 2 coupons, one for consultants and one for customers, a 10% coupon that we can share. If we don't have a subscription order, we don't get those coupons. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You get those coupons by having, is it points or dollars, April? 150?
No, it's dollars. It's dollars. The customer is only good for 7 days. And then the
consultants for the month.
Yeah. Yeah.
So think about it. If you're on subscription for GLP-1, well, that's $159. You're automatically getting, the 2 coupons to use. But $150. So make sure, check. It would be sad if you're spending $140 or $145. Okay. And you could be getting 2 coupons if you were spending $150.
And,
okay.
The way you want to sell that too, if somebody's ever going to take the lowest package, the 224, they want to get started in the business. They've got no money. You give them a 10% coupon off. That's $22.50, $22.50. Got to put it in dollars. Don't say, hey, I got a 10% off coupon, because they're still thinking 224. You say 10%, it doesn't really mean anything to them. But, just tell them in dollars, that reduces that by, $22.50 less.
And
and now you're only
you
spending
say, but I
$200.
need you to use it by today because I
Yeah,
have someone else that I was going to offer it to. You have the first opportunity to take advantage of it. You got to kind of put a deadline with it and not
right.
let them just sit on it. Okay. So, if you can do it today or by the morning when I wake up, you can save yourself 20, 25, 30, whatever it is that based on the pack that they were looking at. So, that's good. It's a good way to do it. You want to look at your tracks. Okay. Each track is 750 points. For every 750 in points you have, you get a track, and a track is 10 points towards Alaska. And there's no limit. You can do Alaska, okay, with all tracks. But here's the one thing a lot of folks are missing. You can also do it with rank advancements on for yourself and people below you. Take another look at the points that you get, and all you got to do on the main website, on your website, scale down to the bottom, look at Alaska 2025 Alaska cruise or Alaska incentive trip, and it'll tell you all the different ways you can earn points. And you earn points for advancing in rank yourself, but you also earn points by helping your teammates, personally sponsored, advance in points, or advance in rank, and you get points. And there are people, the ones making it in 1 month, not only are they rank advancing, the people below them are rank advancing. And when they add it all together, they're on the trip. And that's something I know we haven't talked about it a whole lot, but there's still 3 months to go. Okay. Well, a week and 2 months to go. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of points to be gotten with your teammates rank advancing. And some of them can happen very quick because you go from 3,500 to 6,000, you've ranked advance. You go from 6,000 to 10,000, you rank advance. Okay, after 10, you got to go to 20. Okay, and after 20, you got to go to 40. But those earlier ones, man, and then for maintaining it, the next, like if you hit this month and rank advance, okay, and you hit it again next month and the month after, you get the points again for maintaining it. You get it for hitting, maintaining, and maintaining again. So you have a chance to get the points. Okay. And again, I don't mean to kind of scramble your brain with this, but I want you to understand a lot of you, I could tell by your faces, like, how is somebody doing it in a month? Imagine this. Somebody that's got a little credibility in January, they came in, they had some friends come in, and let's see, they hit MC1 and they got the points for MC1. Okay. And next month they hit MC2. So they get the points for MC2, but they also get the main maintenance points for MC1. Okay. And then the next month they hit MC3. So they get the points for that. They get the second month points for MC1, and then they get the next month's points for MC2. They're getting the points on 3 ranks at the same time because they keep moving along. So that's why I'm saying. And then, of course, most of the points are being gathered and gotten and earned from the tracks. Okay, that's where most of it. So, what is the best way to describe it? It's like compounding interest. There's a lot of ways to be gathering them multiple times in multiple ways, and we still got 3 months to go. So, it all comes down to this, folks. Are you active? Are you reaching out to at least 2 new people every day? That's all it comes down to. We can show you a million different ways to make $1 million. We can show you a million different ways on how to earn a trip. But if you refuse to reach out, it's the only thing. Do you know there's almost nothing in this business that others can't help you with. Certainly your upline. We can help you with anything. You know what we can't do? We can't reach out to the people you know. You have to do that. Once they show interest, we can do a 3-way call, 3-way Zoom. Once they get started, we can help train them. There's a million things we could do, but we can't reach out to your person. You have to do that. Okay. And, you know, if the stock doesn't tell you that Wall Street is on fire for this company right now, if and I mean, I wish I could talk about the last 4 days. I can't, but if you knew or heard what we know and heard, I mean, you wouldn't go to bed at night without making sure every person you've ever met in your life knew about LifeVantage. Everybody. I don't care if they were 90 years old. I don't care if they were 18 years old. You would make sure every person knew about LifeVantage, the product and the business. You would make sure of it. Okay, because this is that next big thing. And that's why April's going to spend time next week on the products, because you realize every time, and I know a lot of you use all the products like we do, okay? We use everything. Do you know when the more products you use, the more testimonies you have and you can give, and the easier it is for you to have a conversation with a person, because you know about the hair care, you know about the skin care, you wouldn't go to the gym without Axio, you know what GLP-1 did, and that's part of it, okay? But if you don't know what the products do because you haven't used them, or you haven't just kind of checked in on it in a while, those are things that you can't share because you just kind of unaware, or you've just forgotten. You just kind of forgot about it. I mean, I remember when was the NAD? I know a lot of California people. I think NAD was when we were in Long Beach, when they introduced NAD. And this is years ago, folks, years ago. And NAD was like the only product on the planet for LifeVantage when they introduced it. It blew away Nerf 1, Nerf 2. It was the product. Obviously, that was the completion of Tri-Synergize, so that was the third Protandim. And do you know that I don't know very many people that use NAD? And it was like the product. Now you say, well, Bobby, there's just a million good products. And, I know there are. Okay. I don't want to have to pick and choose which ones I use. So we try and do enough business so that we don't have to worry or, pick and choose which ones we use. I mean, it's that simple. So let's close the month out strong. Let's look at our rank. Let me ask you, just raise your hand. Be honest. Okay. How many of you are tired of being at the rank you're at? Okay. So let's change it. Okay. Make a note tonight that that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to stay at this rank anymore. I'm going to change. Okay. I mean, April and I do this all the time. I'm like, EC2, that sucks. We need to get the second business to EC2 so the first one can go to EC3, and then we start looking at EC4. I mean, it gets boring after a while. And I know money changes as the ranks go up. I get that. But for me, and I can only talk about me and April, I can only talk about us. We get tired of just seeing the same stinking rank on the screen when we log in. It's like, all right, enough with that. Our second company became an executive last January. A year ago, I'm like, we're still in EC1 in our second business after a year. That sucks. Okay. A year later, that business should be in EC2, which means that our first business would at least be EC3. Well, it's a lot closer to those numbers a year later than it was a year ago, but don't you ever, am I the only one that thinks like that? Don't you get tired of seeing the same freaking thing? Okay, well, what do we have to do to change it? Stop being such a scaredy cat. We're reaching out to people that scare you. Man, just if the name pops in your head, do it. If the name's in your phone, do it. If you think they'd be good, and they say, I don't know what to say. Tell them you think they would be good. If you don't know what to say, I really think you would love this and be good at it. And they start asking questions, just say, Would you mind talking to the person that got me involved? They've been involved for 7 years. They've earned millions of dollars in the industry. I can arrange for a call or a Zoom with them. Would you do that for me? And nobody would say no to you on that. Or play the ignorance card. I'm new. I'm excited. I love the products. I'm so excited about the products. I'm now interested in the business. When I saw the money that could be made, I thought of you. That's the ignorant card. And I mean that in a good way. Be dumb. Sometimes it's better to be innocent and dumb instead of trying to be, smart and know it all. Okay. I'm telling you, if the name pops in your head, call them and say, when somebody showed me this, you were the first person that popped in my head because you're one of the nicest, most connected, successful people I know. What are they going to say? Get away. I don't know anybody. I'm dead broke. Who are you talking to? No, they're going to feel really good because you view them that way. Okay. And the reason I'm talking to you like this tonight about this is because we have a runaway freight train. We've been waiting, some of us have been waiting 7 years. Some have been around longer than that. Okay. We've only been with LifeVantage for 7 years. Okay. Some have been around for 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, it may be 16 years. For us, it's just 7, but we've been waiting for a runaway train. It's here. It's a runaway train. So what? Let's not hesitate, folks. The month is closing out. The company will be open to midnight Friday, midnight Mountain Time. So whatever that is. But check your rank and check your gemstone. You know how much I heard this weekend, but I kind of knew this. You know how much money people leaving on the table being less than 100 points from the next gem rank? I don't mean like, well, you just hit, 500 and you're Onyx and 1,000 is Emerald. I mean, you got like 960 points and you miss Emerald. Okay. Or you got 1,920 points and you miss Sapphire by 80 points. If you know your numbers and you know where you are, you would never allow that to happen. You'd sign up your mother and father, it'd change their email address and make a customer up before you would let that happen. So check your gems, check your team's gems, okay? And because the subscriptions are out, right? 25th was yesterday. So all the subscriptions have shipped now. So this is when you check ranks and gems.
But you have to go in and put it as a subscription process now. Don't place a spot order. Go
Right.
into the subscriptions process now. If you're going to do something
And if
like
you're
that,
not sure about that, call. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the company, one of us. Okay. And just say, hey, I'm 100 points away. Somebody's going to order. I'm going to order. I want to make sure I do it right. Just double check. So it's right. But, and then check check your overall rank, SC1, SC2, SC3, MC1, just check that. And that one, now you look at your entire team and say, wow, I'm only 800 points away. I got 10 different consultants here. Let's see what we can do to get them up a notch so I can go up a notch. Okay. And what, do it while you got 5 days. It's really hard to do it if it's Thursday night or Friday morning and the pay period's ending in 12 hours. This is the time tonight or in the morning, make your list, go over it, and then tomorrow start making the phone calls. And I say, hey, Ira, you know what? I was just looking at your numbers, and last month you did this. You're only this away from Diamond. You're only this away from MC1. Okay. What do you got? You had 6 people on the launch last Monday night. It's time that we get on 3-way calls with them and get some of them to move. And you have those kind of conversations, with people. And you offer to help, just like we're offering to help now. That's what you do. It's some people call it 2-minute drill. There's a million different terminologies, but 5 days left is a good window because the subscriptions have gone out. So now the only numbers that are going to change now to the 31st is new enrollments. That's basically how it's going to change. So whether it be customers or consultants or whatever, and of course your team. So, but April, anything else? I think that's it from me.
Any
So
questions?
did you write down product training, next
Yeah,
week.
Fred put it in the chat. Thank you,
Okay.
Fred.
And I'll put it in the collagen and the team unity, reminder that next Sunday is going to be dedicated to product. And April will hit on every product. It may just be for a minute, but she's going to hit on every product. And there's going to be a lot of consultants that didn't know we had some things. And there's certainly going to be a lot of customers that didn't know we had some things. So that's the one call that we will allow customers on. Okay, so if you want to give the number to customers because they want to learn about more of the products. Now, we're not going to spend a lot of time on one product like Nerf 2 or collagen or GLP-1 because there's probably 35 products that need to be mentioned. Okay, but if you have some customers that are considering using more product or looking to upgrade to a consultant, want to see what else we got, invite them on. Any questions or any comments or any thoughts? Does it sound good? It's the beginning of the year, right? It's a good time to do a product call, don't you think? Get that in where, and I don't mean just because we're talking GLP-1 or collagen. I mean, it's just kind of time to cover everything again. It's been a while. So we're gonna do that. And obviously the month will have closed by the next time we talk on Sunday. So if there's anything we can do to help in the meantime, but look at those trip points, look at the rank advancements. Look, I'm telling you, there's opportunities to double and triple up on business and earn the points towards the cruise for Alaska. And you just got to look at it, okay, and see who's done what and what it was last month and what it could be this month. So anyway, thanks for joining us, folks. And hopefully it's getting warmer in most places anyway. No, Ira, it's still cold in Chicago. So Ira, I need to get together with you and Catalina. I know Jay is gone. The company's interested in coming out the end of February, sometime after we get back from South Africa. So sometime this week we got to get folks on and look at dates for Chicago, okay?
Bobby, let me know too, please.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. We just want to make sure everyone's around. So yeah, if we do a Zoom on it, Zoom, I'll make sure you're on it. So
Okay,
if
thank
we have
you.
a Zoom, I'll make sure you're on it. But they're
You and I
ready to come
talk
out. If
tomorrow.
the end of February doesn't work, we may be open to going into the first week of March. Just kind of depends how the schedule is. Who was talking? I heard somebody.
Ira.
Ira?
You know I have to talk tomorrow anyway, so
Yeah, we'll talk tomorrow.
yeah.
Anything
Okay.
else?
No.
You good? Okay. Anyone else? We good? All right, let's close strong, folks. We all agreed we're tired of staying at the rank we're at, right? That's everybody. So let's do our best this week to change that and help some of our teammates change that. And we could celebrate that next week. So, just let us know so we can celebrate it. So have a great night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Good night. Thank you.